This is something that I hear about quite a lot. And it's things obviously men face. And you have to face these situations a certain way, obviously. Like, obviously. I think a lot of men get caught up when they're dealing with certain women, as I have before. We all have. Every single man watching this video has made these mistakes. It's just about learning and not continuing to make them is the thing. You cannot let a woman, bro, tell you things and convince you things with her words. You have to see what her actions are doing rather than her words, because that is what reality is. And if her actions are not meeting her words, and you're falling for that potential, you are making a huge, 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 huge mistake. And you're going to pay for it. How many times are you going to make that mistake before you learn? Sometimes you can be in a hot streak, and maybe 10 years down the road, you'll be faced with that again, and you'll have to learn all over again just one more time to see you can never compromise like that one more time in your life. All men have to take women as they are, not what you think they can be, as they are. You're going to be left shell-shocked. If you do anything other than that, I promise you, it's going to happen 10 times out of 10, 100 times out of 100, 1,000 times out of 1,000. You'll be shocked. And it's because you fell for the potential while they weren't putting in the action to make that potential come to fruition. You take her as she is, and if you don't, you pay the price. As a man, you're going to be going through it. And sometimes you need that, bro. Sometimes you need that wake-up call, and it's actually going to make you better. So every single thing you face, it's like this massive wake-up call, and you have to do it. You have to let that be the case. You have to take on any challenges whatsoever. You can't live in fear as well. You have to take things on. Just make sure you don't keep repeating the same mistakes, because a mistake can happen. It just cannot be repeated. And like I said, every man has made these mistakes before. They fell for the words of a woman. They thought that's what it was going to be. That's what they thought. I believed her, bro. That's what you hear. I get calls from guys all the time. I really thought she was different, bro. Why? Because she convinced you with her words that she was different? Or was she actually different through her actions and the energy she's giving you? There's a big difference. My motto with women is, take them as they are. If they come and they come correct and they're really good, ride with that, bro. Ride with that until the wheels fall off. Ride with that until things start to go bad. And when things start to go bad, you have to back up. You can't keep going in it. Things go bad, you back up. You take her as she is. And if you don't, you will be going through it. And it's going to affect you very much. You don't even know. And it's because you fell for the fantasy of what has taken place. You fell for her words, which is her fantasy. All women like to live in a fantasy. You just have to make sure she's willing to hear you out enough, and she's willing to follow your lead and listen to what you're saying and not try to implement what she's trying to do all the time. Like, she has to listen to you, bro. She has to be on board with you. And things have to be a particular way. Women are emotional creatures. That's not far-fetched. Everybody knows this. And that is why they should all have a man in their life. And if they don't, it's like, bruh, it usually don't end good. So take her as she is, bro. Take her as she is. Not what you see in her, not what she could be. You have to take her as she is. Otherwise, you're going to wake up with a big fat L. It's going to affect you. It's going to sting. And it's a learning curve. You just can't let it happen again and again and again and again and again. You can afford to do that one time. One time. I give one chance nowadays. If things are good, you let it be good and you ride with it. If things start to go crazy, you have to ride with that as well. Back up. Backed up. Gap. You don't keep thinking, okay, things is going to be good, because you're just being drawn into this darkness, bro. You're being drawn into something that don't even exist, and your mind is going to be altered. It's going to just... How many times, bro, have we all been shell-shocked by a female? Like, let's be real. How many times? A lot of times. And it's because we believed them. We believed in the fantasy. We believed in the things that was seemingly happening. But it wasn't good. And those situations usually don't end well for anybody. But yeah. I think stuff like this is very important for men to hear. Take her as she is, not what you think she is, not what you think she could be, but rather what she is. And you can't step any further. You have to be right there with her, bro. You can't think ahead. You can't think, oh, she's going to be something incredible when she ain't incredible just yet. That's the potential she has. And you have to just wait it out and stick it out until you see exactly what's going to go on. It's what it has to be. Otherwise, you're doomed. You're literally freaking doomed, bruh. There's so many men today that's going through it because of situations like these. They call me all the time. And I get it. I get it. I've been there. I understand full well. But I also understand what to do during those times. So I do understand. And you have to move a certain way and do things a certain way. Otherwise, you're doomed. And by the way, there is a such thing as she is different. There is a such thing as that. But at the end of the day, she's still a woman. She might be different. You might see a lot of things that's different. A lot of really good things, but at the same time, she's still a woman. So that's all you have to know. And like I said too, as long as things are good, you ride with that. You go with that until you're proven otherwise, until you're showed through their actions otherwise. Energy don't lie. Vibes don't lie. Things don't lie. It tells the truth. You're going to know. You're going to see it. And it's not going to be hard. I've spoken to many females over my time, over my years, throughout my life. And there's no getting past me. A lot of conversations will be had. A lot of things will be said. A lot of figuring out will be had. I'm going to know exactly who you are. I'm going to know exactly what I'm dealing with. And it's up to you as a man if you want to deal with that or not. Pretty much. And a lot of men deal with things they shouldn't be dealing with because they think there's hope. They think she's going to change. They think she's going to reach her potential, and things just don't go that way. Because you didn't take her as she is right now. You fantasized about the potential. You fantasized about everything in the future and all this stuff. Which you can't let that get to your head. You can think ahead some, it's all right, you're going to do it regardless. We all do it. But at the same time, you can't get away from what is now. You can't. You have to see what is right now, bruh, and take that as it is. And if things are going well, then things are going well. Ride with it. But you're going to have to cut that off if things start to go bad. You're going to have to pull back if things start to go bad. Sometimes you got to show them what they're doing. Sometimes, bro, they don't even know what they're doing. They don't even know the effects that are being had between the both of you and what's going on and how it's affecting you. Sometimes they don't even understand. They think they can just do whatever, and that's just not how it works. And like I said, we've all dealt with females like this in the past, and there is a such thing as different, but she's still a woman. And that's what you have to know. So things are good, you ride with it. Things are going crazy, then you know what to do. It's not hard. Most women, it's not hard, bro. Most women, it's not hard. Like, if you have experience, I should say, because if you have no experience, you're about to get hit upside your head. That's just how it's going to go. You're blind because you haven't been dealing with women. You can think you know all you want. You have to be and have dealt with many females in your life to really know what's up. Seriously. And too much time apart from them, you're susceptible of getting blindsided once again. Which if it happens, I guarantee you it happened for a reason. Sometimes men need that stuff, bro. Might hurt right then and there, but you're going to get back up and it's going to make you greater. If you let it. And to see the state of this world today, bro, it's not looking good. It is not looking good for most people, and I think everyone's just making a mess of themselves for the most part, and I don't get it. I don't get how people got sucked into this way of this world, and toxicity is the way to go and all this stuff. Like, bro, life is so humbling, and it's peaceful, and it's good. You feel grateful if you just distance yourself from modern society. Like, it starts with you and your own inner happiness. That's where it starts with. And if you can get that down on pat, you can do anything. Quite literally anything you can do. But if you can't do that, you can't do nothing. You're going to fail in every situation you're in. Every female that comes in your life, it's going to fail. All the friends you think you have, it's all going to fail. Because you don't have yourself. You can't even call Think about how naive we were when we were younger. Calling certain people our friend and thought we were going to be friends like forever. It's naive. It's a fantasy until you get waken up by real life. And this is real life. Some of this stuff is like hard-ish for people to hear, not for me. It's just the truth. And if you live by the truth, it serves you much more than living in a fantasy world or La La Land or anything else, or seeing potential in people and living off of that instead of seeing what they really are and making the right decisions under those circumstances. It serves you much more. It gives you peace. It's no different than having a lion sitting on your couch and you going over to pet that lion and you thought it was just a regular house cat. That was a fantasy. You thought it was a regular house cat. It was a damn lion. Thing's going to bite your whole arm off. It's going to take you out. You have to see things for what they are. Does this make sense? You got to see her for what she is. Everyone has to see everything for what it is and not what they think it is or think what it could be later on or anything else. Take it as it is, right in front of you. And also, be careful of these women who like to act out here. Be careful. They are dangerous. You guys just see that? The light just went out. They are dangerous, bro. I'm telling you full well. And that's why you have to spend a lot of time on the females that you're going to be taking seriously, bro. You got to spend a lot of time on them and see everything. If you can do that, bro, you're going to be safe. You just can't get in over your head and expect things to be something that it ain't. That's when you're in trouble. That's when you're going to pay the price. Things is going to get bad. Things is going to get out of hand. And you will regret moving that way. Every time. So take the time when things are going well with people. Take the time, bro, to keep that going for a while, because the longer the better. There's no rush. You want to see exactly what you're dealing with in this world. When it comes to literally everything, bro, you want to see things for what they are and not what you think it could be or anything like that. Take it as it is. Take her as she really is. Because if you don't, you're going to end up like every other man who didn't take his time, who she showed him a few things and, oh, she's different. Did you take the time to even ask her the questions to get to know who she is, bro? Ask her about her past, learn about her to see exactly who she is and not be in over your head about it? That's the type of shit men have to do, bro. You have to do that with every single woman you deal with, and you got to know exactly who it is and who you're dealing with. Otherwise, you're going to be going through it, bud. You're going to be in over your head. You're going to be swimming in those deep waters. I don't recommend it. You can make the mistake once and it's going to make you better. You keep repeating that stuff, bro, it's going to get bad. But anyways, guys, that's the video for this evening. And it's crazy how that light went out just as I spoke about that. But yeah, we'll be back.